everyone out there in the land of YouTube. This is Annette Dion. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. How you guys doing? It's Friday. Do let me know in the chat. I'm going to adjust things so I can see better. Let's see. Joe is asking, how is that storm or cyclone going? It's not a cyclone. It's been downgraded, thank you, to a tropical storm. I don't know if it's as high as a category 1, and it's pretty far offshore. I've been sending it away with my mind. Yes, I have. Not that we're not going to get hit, because we are going to get hit with some incredible winds, but we're going to be okay. There will be damage. That's kind of inevitable. So, yeah, we did that. That's what we like to say at Grassroots of Democracy. We did that. We did that with our minds. Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of models that were saying we could get a direct hit, and we're not having that. We're not having a direct hit, because I made up my mind. We're not going to have that. So, just saying, doesn't hurt to try, right? Oh, thank you, Electrostorm. If I'm fuzzy, hit the wheel and pick 720. Not really sure how to decipher that code. If Annette is fuzzy, hit the wheel. Batten on the hatches. The hatches are battened down. Anyway, in this neck of the woods, we have lots of big storms. One thing's for sure, I just put on my little shawl jacket because it's a little bit chilly. I'm going to have a beer. It's a fake beer, but I'm going to have a beer. I did will it away. We're going to have some wind, and that's it. So Ann says will it away. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. In front of me, I have my phone on. I have the Joy Reid show on, and I don't know. Sometimes I just get busy during my day, and I don't see all the headlines. Well, nowadays it's impossible to see all the headlines. Okay, you pick 720. If your thing starts getting fuzzy in the picture, hit the wheel and hit 720. I didn't know. That's news to me. That's good to know there's a solution. The name of my beer. I should get in touch with this company and say I'll endorse your beer if you send me free beer. It's tasty fake beer. It's called Athletic Brewing. And it tastes just as excellent as a very fine microbrewed IPA, which I'm a fan of IPA, so I'm grateful that I found this. I'm just noticing on Joy Reid that I told you Trump would get under a gag order. It hasn't quite happened yet. Hi, Washington State. So, I'll drink to a gag order. Let's take a look. Let's start with that, shall we? This was the fastest week ever. Oh, and happy new moon. Happy new moon. I just want you all to know that I read on this weeks ago, maybe a few months ago. They need to gag all of his orifices. You get a bell. Thomas gets a bell. Oh my goodness. I said yes months ago. Mercury goes direct today. It went direct at 4:21 p.m., not that long ago, Eastern Time. And the new moon hit, let me see, it's not very clear on my calendar. It looks like it hit at 1:44 p.m. So we're in that brand new moon energy in the sign of Virgo. Good time to get practical, get things done. Pay attention to your health. It's a really good time to start on a health kick. Good time to just, feel good. United we stand. But I told you that Jack Smith, well, I don't know if I said it would come from Jack Smith, but I said that I saw a gag order on Trump. I'm trying to remember who I saw. Anyway, I did see a gag order. Is he gonna? Yeah, there's a gag order. I feel like it's already. I feel like the gag order is already in effect. Yeah, very nice energy phase. I feel, I hadn't really thought about it much, but now that I'm thinking about Mercury retrograde going direct, there is a shift. Oh, Midas Touch said it's a partial gag order, Gloria is saying, because I'm getting that it's already in effect. So I don't know if that's what the news is, because I wasn't watching that closely this afternoon. It can't go against the First Amendment. We're not going to take it anymore. Who was that? Was that Def Leppard? He's trying to muddle the jury pool. Let's just put it this way. Trump is going to try everything in the book. Pluto is next to go direct on October 11th. That's the night of my tarot in 2 hours at the castle. Go to psychicannettedion.com and check it out. There will be a gag order. Trump is he's gonna just try everything imaginable to get himself to not go to jail. You know, and if you ever listen to Michael Cohen, he's on Midas Touch frequently. Oh, Twisted Sister, we're not gonna take it. Thank you. Great song. Psychological warfare. Yeah, that's an authoritarian thing. So Trump is going to keep trying everything that he can. Things are getting a lot clearer. CM is saying things are going democracy's way today. As more people get involved, democracy is going to go in the right direction, including all these voter suppression tactics that the Republicans are using. Cheryl's saying it won't stop him, but at least it will be in place. At least a gag order will be in place. I don't have any doubt about that. You can't, I mean, as far as the First Amendment goes, I think what's happening with that, and with all of the amendments, or maybe a lot of them too, including Amendment 14, what's going to happen is that we are forced to decide. I know Gloria, he makes me ill just looking at him too, and he looks awful. We will decide. We're going to be really, really clear about the fact that we have to define exactly what the First Amendment means, so that there's no, speaking of fuzzy, there's no fuzzy area. You can't just say, I'm gonna, I don't know, you can't make threats that you intend to follow through on or that will incite violence. What do they always say? You're not allowed to scream fire in a crowded theater if there's no fire. So you're not allowed to do things. It needs to be clear in the First Amendment, and the amendments were made, they were malleable. They were made to be, malleabled. They were meant to be worked with. We have to make it clearer. We have to make it clearer. I mean, if people are going to act like they're that stupid, and we hope it's an act. Trump's a strange mixture of orange and red now. I mean, it's pretty obvious that, you don't want to say things that are going to cause harm, but to the stupid people and the criminals, it's not that obvious. The media definitely has to stop treating him like he's a moral, legit candidate. Absolutely, absolutely agree. So a lot of things, let me just call this time that we're in, I'm just coining a new phrase. The Great Clarification. Let's just call it that. It's the Great Clarification. We're in a time that we're being forced to clarify, right? Yeah, they want harm. The fascists want harm. Who's going to do the First Amendment? Is that what you're asking? Who's going to do because one of your words is messed up a little. I enjoyed these cards the other night that my viewer sent, and I think I got her name wrong. Oh, so hang on. My viewer also sent that lovely Makara, I think, sent me these cards. So we're going to read these, the Guardian Knight Tarot. We're also going to read these, which are my most used. This is my most used deck, the Psychic Tarot with by John Holland. And we're going to read some tea leaves too. Yeah, they are nice cards. I love the animals. So, the great clarifying, the age of clarification, we can call it that. The great clarification age. We'll call it that. So there's been so many off the wall, unbelievable, can't even wrap your mind around it, violations of just basic human ethics. There have been so many that we do have to do something. We do have to do something. I mean, unless we want an absolutely lawless country, and we don't want that. No Rider-Waite deck. I've got a bunch of decks, Warren. Of course, I have the Rider-Waite. I have the Psychic Tarot. I have the Guardian of the Night. If you prefer that I read the Rider-Waite, I can do that too. We need to get louder than the MAGA. That's absolutely true. Let's pull 3 cards from the Psychic Tarot about what's going to happen with Trump being pressured to shut the hell up. Sorry. Make what makes sense? Did I not make sense just then? I apologize if I didn't. I mean, and if I didn't, I'm not offended by you telling me that I didn't make sense. Have at it. Okay. I see a gag order. I see a gag order. I see, oh, isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? I see a gag order. Isn't it lovely? Oh, I didn't have time to do my nails today. I apologize. Isn't it lovely? Ah, he will infer. Of course he'll infer. He also speaks in code. He will be obstructed. Obstacles and challenges. He'll be obstructed from... Yeah, that's a gag order. That's a gag order. And we will rejoice in celebration. Hallelujah. He shut up. He shut up. Well, he's not going to shut up, but he's been shut up. I love it. Yeah, he doesn't have much. Trump doesn't have really enough to fall back on in terms of his defense. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Barbie. You're so sweet. I like to make people smile. More people need to make people smile, right? Let's do this. Let's take a look at these cards. I'm kind of just getting to know these cards. And we're going to ask about Jack Smith. When I think about Jack Smith, I get this. It's been a long time coming. I think Jack Smith has been thinking about a gag order since he got appointed special counsel. Okay. And by the way, we'll get into this too. Liz Cheney. Hello, Ann. She put it perfectly. I should have come to it first. I've been alluding to it all along. I don't know if you guys saw what Liz Cheney is calling the Republicans, but it's perfect and I'm going to use it from now on. I've been saying the fascist Republicans. The Putin Republican Party. Have you heard that one? Yep. As soon as Putin decided to just throw in his 2 cents, like, oh, you're being mean to Trumpy. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Maybe I've said it before, but she said it best. Liz Cheney. Leave it to Liz Cheney. who really did a stellar job. No matter what you think about her politics, it's not about that. It's about continuing to be a democracy. Putin's Republican Party. Thank you, Patty. How many times have I said they should all, this was a couple years ago, they should all be walking around with a big sign taped on their backs that says, I work for Putin. Hillary said it would be like this. Yes, she did, Glenda. How are things in Canada? I'm going to pull 3 cards about the status of the DOJ with Jack Smith and all that. And we'll get to Hunter and all that too. Yeah, no matter what you think about Liz Cheney's politics, this is not about politics. This is not about politics. This is about living as free people. Pass it on. Where Jack Smith is right now, King of Wands, this indicates having dominion over communication. PRP, the Putin Republican Party. Oh, Liz is moving to another district. Oh, good, because I don't think she's out of running for office. Hello, Janice. This is, I'm asking about Jack Smith, and the King of Wands, that's dominion over communication. So he's going to get what he needs. Heat wave in East Australia. Yeah, stay cool. This is the first day in a long time that it's been cool here. Pootie's party. I'm reading on Jack Smith. 3 of Wands, you know, it's interesting because once Trump has, okay, the 4 of Cups is indicating that the DOJ is missing an opportunity. They could do more. They could do more. They could do more to shut Trump up. So they're kind of missing out on that. But I feel like it's a trade-off. And the trade-off is it'll be safer for the country because of the domestic terrorist threat. It'll be safer for a partial gag order to be put into effect. Yeah, there's no way that he can keep his mouth shut. It's very compulsive. He can't, there's no way that Trump can not lie. He's a compulsive liar. He doesn't know, he's also a compulsive criminal. The 3 of Wands is like, you know, Jack Smith is going to get the partial gag order and have, it's almost like he has, Jack Smith, you know, the whole DOJ is like, phew, finally he shut up so we can focus on what we're doing. Because it really does feel like to be doing these investigations and you know, the prosecutions and setting the trial dates and this back and forth, it feels like, were you ever, this happens a lot in the media now, since the Trump age. We're in the clarification age as a result of the Trump age. But the whole, like, an interviewer will ask a question and whoever's representing Trump or Putin's Republican Party, and Kellyanne Conway made this a thing. Rather than having a conversation, they just steamroll over the interviewer, so the interviewer is just like, right? Being snowed. And they don't they're just being steamrolled over. So the energy that I get around Jack Smith and this partial gag order it looks like it's in effect already. I don't have the details on that. It's like somebody who keeps doing that to you finally just being cut off the air. So it's real interesting because the 3 of Wands is like, it feels like finally they can get their work done in peace. Back in the old days when I would go to the library to study, it would be like, you know, being really wanting to focus on somebody having a full-on conversation next to me. What will happen if he breaks a gag order? Well, I can tell you psychically, I don't know legally what's being said. Do you guys know? Because there's been different things thrown around. I think Ange is asking, what do you think they could do about Truth Social? I think Truth Social is just going to fold. I don't think Truth Social is paying their bills. Thank you, Janice, for the testimonial. She had a reading today. You guys should get a reading from me. If you haven't already. Yeah, has anybody found out? And Twitter's going down too. Truth Social and Twitter are going to be in the past, just a fading away memory. Nobody seems to know what's being proposed. That if you can get a reading again, Warren, don't be silly. I'm also a spiritual life coach. Partial gag order is definitely there. But I haven't heard what they're saying will happen when, not if, he defies the order. Not sure what they're saying. Yeah, I have to watch Midas Touch for the info, definitely. To Friday night's Jessica Denson. Jack has him under gag order for all info for discovery, so he can't release evidence. That's true. For some reason, I feel like I want to read on Aileen Cannon. He could be fined or he could go to jail. All right. Thomas thinks my readings come with a serving of manicotti. It would have to be virtual manicotti. I'd have to eat it in front of you. That would be like torturing someone. If you like manicotti. Before I read on Aileen Cannon, I'm going to ask this. Because we know that Trump is going to defy any gag order as if it just didn't even exist. Warren Thomas is referring to that manicotti is like my favorite thing to make and eat. But it's been a while since I've made it. Will Trump go to jail? Because we know he's going to defy the gag order. Will he go to jail? I'm getting a yes on that. I think he'll have to spend a couple days in the slammer, which Michael Cohen says is the thing that he fears the most. Honestly. Woohoo! Your favorite psychic says that Aileen Cannon will be replaced. Is that what I said? I don't know what I said. I feel like Trump will just keep defying the gag order and get worse and worse and worse, and keep on calling Jack Smith deranged. Project much? For breaking the gag order, I feel like he's gonna spend. Gloria's Ukrainian. Where do you live, Gloria? I feel like he's gonna spend, I see him in jail for a day or two. Yeah, I see him in jail. I'm gonna read on that before I read on Aileen Cannon. I'm gonna read on Trump's punishment. See if we can get some insight from the cards. We all want it, right? I see from all your comments, you're dying for that. You'd pay money for that. So visualize it and intend it, just like you're all visualizing Hurricane Lee out to sea. It's working. I'm not saying it's not going to cause some damage, but it's definitely far from a direct hit. It's more like the perfect storm. This time of year, just speaking of storms, we kind of expect this kind of weather. It's very, very unpredictable. It's worse because of climate change, which is why I'm so grateful that it's not hitting directly. All right, well, this is like a compromise, okay? Yeah, I see a day in jail. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Carmi. You're so sweet. Yeah, I kind of see him detained. But the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands indicate to me it's the fairest thing that could happen. It's like over the top, really fair. He can't argue with it because it's fair, because he was warned. The Ace of Wands. The DOJ is making it exceedingly clear what they need to have happen. Damon, did anyone see Lauren Boebert popping out of her dress? Oh my God, she's a total loose goose. That's exactly, I was commenting on it on Wednesday night. Remember that, Damon? Were you here? I was like, I'm not a prude by any stretch of the imagination. I had a little bit of a rant about Lauren Boebert. But anyway, as far as Trump going to jail, I do see him detained. I do see him detained. They're going to make it as fair as to just appear to be as fair as possible in terms of like, we're not torturing him. We're not doing anything excessive. Right? Send some rain to Washington State. You're under a state burn ban, okay? As soon as we're done with this hurricane. I'm just kidding. You can send rain to Washington State. We can multitask with our intentions. Judge Chuck can say if that's what it was. Yes, I did see Judge Chuck can, I did read on what would happen, and I did, yes, that was about a month ago. I said, you might remember, Judge Chutkin is going to push the date up to an earlier date. Let him eat salad and chopped beef on toast. Maybe just a salad. Oh me, oh my. You guys should sign up for my psychic class. My psychic course. Seriously, are you psychic? PsychicAnnetteDion.com. I'm looking forward to it. You can learn how to be a psychic. Okay, yeah, we've had a lot of rain. Cheryl's mentioned, and Cheryl's in Maine. I hope you're not on the coast. We're going to get a little hammered. We've had a lot of rain. Tons. Aileen Cannon. What's her fate? Aileen Cannon. Yeah, never piss off a judge. Honestly, Damon. Trump doesn't care. It's OCD. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but any clip I've seen of him in an interview, Trump, he's like, can we drug test the guy before we start picking on Hunter Biden, who's in sobriety? 7 of Pentacles. This is getting to be too much for Aileen. 7 of Wands, 8 of Cups. This is getting to be too much for Aileen. I really feel like she's drowning. Yeah, and Anne's saying Cannon is going to self-destruct. According to the cards, yes, that's what I see. These cards are new to me, so I'm noticing things. Yeah, it's too much. Aileen is just she's in over her head. Look it, the crocodiles are coming to get her. She should step down. I think this is too much stress for Aileen. I see sleepless nights. I see Aileen Cannon making such a mess of things that she just is like, I just gotta go. Now, she's not going to say, I just got to go. I feel Aileen Cannon kind of slithering away like the snake that she is. Yeah. She needs to be removed, but I kind of see her slinkering away. Yeah, she's so inexperienced. That makes sense. That I really see her, like, a long time ago when I was in school and I was in like an algebra class. Algebra was not my thing. Or if you guys, any classes that you took that you were just like, oh my gosh, these people are just, their brain is wired for geometry or algebra, right? The engineer types or organic chemistry. And you just felt like, this is too, I can't. I'm right brain, so it wasn't ever my strong point. That feeling, never smile at a crocodile. That feeling is what Aileen Cannon has. It's like, oh, all these kind of like, oh, all these big words and all these big numbers and all these laws and all these codes. And you guys like my flower? I picked some flowers today. I was like, you guys are going to be blown away, so I might as well appreciate the beauty. There's a lot of awesome sunflowers around here. Yeah, music was your best. Yeah, I'm with you. Algebra and other math was your worst. So that feeling of being in the weeds in class. Yeah, that is... yeah, chemistry. I mean, I could not get organic chemistry, which is why I left that major of... I was actually wanting to be an environmental scientist, and my guides had other plans. So if a subject doesn't come easy to you, you should probably not be in that subject. It's not your thing. Something else is your thing. But Judge Eileen Cannon, that's the boat she's in. This is not her thing. This is definitely not her thing. I get when I read on Eileen Cannon that Aileen, she was a real Trumpster that happened to be in the field, but it's not her strong point. She should have studied journalism or something. Languages were your thing. That's cool. I have about 25 things in my head I could read on right now. Let's see. I'm going to read on Hunter Biden. I did read on Hunter Biden. Check out my video from yesterday. It's under videos. The lighting and the ocean were just beautiful in that video. You don't even have to listen to the content. Just look at the scenery. But I did talk about Hunter Biden. I did see yesterday the Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords for Joe Biden. So it was kind of heartbreaking. They're going to make it through this. When I tune into the Biden family, I do see a past lifetime that was very difficult for them, but they were royalty, and there's they're kind of working that lifetime out. And I think what I'm seeing is in this lifetime, the Biden family is supposed to win. They're supposed to conquer, you know. And that's kind of how past lifetimes work. It's like if it was really rough in a past lifetime, oftentimes the soul will incarnate and have a different time in history and a different, obviously a different time in history, but similar things happening, but then it's almost like a second chance. This time they will overcome. Yeah, so let's take a look. We're going to pull 3 cards. When I read on it yesterday, I got the number 3, so I got that this ridiculousness for Hunter would go on for about 3 months. It's absolutely just unspeakably infuriating. The gun charge, I mean, from the party that's like, everybody should have a gun. From the party that's, well, you shouldn't have to do anything to get a gun. You shouldn't have to pass anything. Yeah, I think, well, it depends on what state you're in. You can just walk into a Walmart and buy a gun with, like, I don't think maybe they ask you your name and ask for a license, a driver's license or something, but what's so amazing is how much what the Republicans, they're having to eat what they said. Yeah, it's totally pathetic, and it's totally, everything is backfiring on them. Like the whole, you know, we need to have a vote to do an impeachment inquiry or to impeach a president. We need to have a vote. And then Kevin McCarthy even said that. We need to have, the House has to have a vote. And then then Kevin gets up there, I'm going to just declare it myself. They're complaining about the laws that they put in place or the laws that they didn't put in place, like the gun laws. Yeah. Yeah, if you're a Dem, you can't have a gun. You can't have, if you're a Democrat, you can't, you know. Unbelievable. The Republicans want to shut down the government. The Republicans are working for Putin. You know what? So that takes all the wondering away, doesn't it? I've solved the problem for you. Compliments of Liz Cheney. I've solved the problem Today, on this new moon in Virgo day, I've solved the problem of any confusion. Can I get a witness of why things are the way they are in the United States? Because it's the Putin Republican Party. And it's a good thing they're not smarter. Hunter. You truly believe that Republicans are reincarnated Nazis? Some of them are, and some are reincarnated Confederates. Or they're actually Confederates in this lifetime, too. I solved it a long time ago, my darling Damon. Yeah, but I have to repeat it. I mean, that's how it works with them, right? Just keep saying it over and over. That's what they're doing. That's what the Republicans are doing with this Hunter Biden thing. If we say it enough times, if we just say it repeatedly, if we just keep saying Hunter Biden, Hunter Biden, Hunter Biden for 5 years, how long have they been saying this? Then people will start to, that's actually their tactic. That people will start to believe us because there's some famous fascist who said that, who, somebody put it in the chat. Was it Stalin? That was his tactic, just keep saying it over and over and over, and after a while they'll believe you. When I saw that most clearly was when Trump was saying about COVID, when he was in office. I hate to remind you of those days, but just for a sec. When Trump was like, the reason we have more COVID is because we have more tests. If you're stupid, you believe that. I mean, if you just don't think, yeah. And he said it enough times. So stupid. So stupid. The joke is on them. We are not buying their news. And we need to start calling out mainstream media. Well, Hitler said if you repeat a lie over and over, people start to believe it, but I think it started with Stalin. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if that's not the person. Okay. Hunter Biden. I got that it would last, the ridiculousness would last about 3 months. I think Jack Smith, yeah, I heard Jack had to sell his house and move. Yeah, but I also think that his family knew that that was a very strong possibility. Is Joseph Goebbels that said that? I think others said it too. Does that make Trump Putin number 2? You mean Putin's Republican Party? Maybe. But Trump is the United States leader of Putin's Republican Party in the United States. I got that it would last about 3 months for Hunter, this ridiculousness, but actually, the Republicans are just being foolish. This is the fool. They're being foolish. Trying to pick on somebody who didn't even commit a crime. I mean, let's face it. Hunter didn't even commit a major crime, which they are upset about. The Republicans are upset that he didn't commit a major crime. They're still digging and looking. But the temperance card means we just have to kind of, wait this one out. They're going to the PRP, it's going to be called the PRP, Putin's Republican Party, is going to be, boy, are they going to be pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. Big time. And the Queen of Wands. I actually see women in Hunter Biden's life being his stronghold. Yeah, anyone else, they wouldn't be indicted. And actually, what this is doing, speaking of the age of clarification, this is making it exceedingly clear. Oh, Jim Jordan. Oh, this is a weaponization of the Biden DOJ. This is a weaponization of the Democrats are involved in the weaponization of the government. If you want to know what they're doing, I've been saying this for a very long time, and you guys all know this. If you're wondering what's going on, what's really going on? Listen to what the Republicans are saying and say that's what they're doing. They can't handle it. They have to project it onto you. Very narcissistic pattern. Very. Hunter will be okay. I see a lot of women around him supporting him. A lot of maternal energy around him. A lot of that is his mother on the other side that died in that car accident. Yes, the Republicans will fabricate fake stories using AI. That doesn't take a psychic. Right? Raksha? That doesn't take a psychic. I'm just saying. Of course they will. Unless they are blocked from doing that. How can they prove he was under the influence when he bought the gun? They can't. They might have. I'm not sure. That's a good question. Does anybody know? I guess maybe it's in it. I don't know. I don't know how they can prove he was under the influence unless when he purchased a gun, which he didn't even have for more than 11 days and never used it. Oh, he wrote about, yeah, I get that it was that Hunter said it, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's insanity, people. It's insanity. It's the age of clarification. But what's so interesting, oh, thank you for the new members joining. You get a great affirmation in your inbox every Monday through Friday. It was that he lied that he didn't use drugs. Okay, so it wasn't. I'd like to know what the actual question on the application to purchase a gun was. Do we know that? Yes, thank you to the Ranches too, and thank you to Terry for keeping tabs on everything for me. Yes, it's projection. And it's so spot on accurate. If you want to know what the Republicans are doing, just look at them. Weaponization of the Biden DOJ. Weaponization. That's what they're doing. Yes, Joe Biden will go down as the greatest president the United States ever had. We'll see if Midas Touch covered it. Well, like what did the question say on the gun application? And where was the gun that he purchased? Because that's more than we think is necessary to purchase a gun. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's read on Kevin McCarthy. Raksha likes the affirmation that I send. What was it today? I think was out of Louise Hay. I love life and life loves me. It's one of the affirmations. Yeah, never had there been this gun charge for anybody ever. And it was never used in a crime. And his girlfriend was like, what are you doing with that gun? And got rid of it. It was from a gun shop, nothing dodgy. This is making the Republicans look like fabricators. In a gun shop legally. Yep. And I heard too. Okay, anyway. Hang on. From the gun application, it was New York State. Are you an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance as defined in Section 21 USC 802? Thank you, Warren. That was the question on the application. So are you using drugs? Maybe at that moment, maybe he wasn't high at that moment. Maybe he was, wait, who was scared he'd commit suicide? Maybe he was in denial that he was a drug addict. Who was scared who would commit suicide? I missed that. He had gone to rehab by then. Yeah, this is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Oh yeah, well that makes sense. Yeah, his girlfriend got rid of the gun because that makes sense. Because Hunter was in a really bad place. But obviously he's rehabilitated himself. He wrote a book about it. Okay. He had the gun 11 days and it was never loaded. I'm going to read on Kevin Marshmallow Jellyfish, hostage of the House McCarthy. Somebody said earlier, Don Cocaine Nose Jr., I'm sure he didn't check that box either. Good point. Because you know Don Jr. has drug issues. For entertainment purposes only, it's kind of obvious. Kevin Marshmallow Jellyfish, hostage of the House McCarthy. He looks terrible. Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for the donation. You can donate if you want. It's always helpful. Okay. Let's see how Kevin's doing. What question is very poorly written? What are you guys talking about? Kevy cave in? How can you persecute or prosecute someone for having a disease? You can't. And I mean, God love him. He got into rehab. Yeah, I'm not really sure, Gigi, that how they're proving that Hunter was under the influence. Does who know they had a past life? Do the Bidens know they had a past life? Okay, let's see where Kevin Marshmallow Jellyfish, hostage of the House McCarthy is. Speaking of slimy people, God, have you seen Matt Gaetz lately? He's so... I mean, it's hard enough to look at them, but it's been like... No, really, I can't. I was looking at an interview with Matt Gaetz. I'm trying to think of what network it was on. It might have been on CNN, or I might have been seeing a clip from CNN. So Matt Gaetz was being interviewed and was doing a terrible job. It might have been on Ari Melber. It was on Ari Melber. I drink my beer. I like beer. It's fake, but it's good. Yeah, and I'm looking at you. Next time you see a picture of Matt Gaetz, if you can handle it. During that Ari Melber interview, several people interviewed Matt Gaetz. He was making the rounds the other day. He looks like a demon. He looks like an actual caricature. Do you agree with me? Even Matt Gaetz' eyebrows want to leave. Is it just me? He looks like he could just put like a little, devil thing. He's so creepy looking. Jack Smith is truly scary in a good way. He has black around his eyes. Oh, way worse than Eddie Munster. Eddie Munster was cute. Kevin. I got the same thing for Kevin the other day, which is not unusual. Oh, Kevin cannot hide the truth. This is the Page of Swords. He can't hide the truth. It's a little truth, but it's an undeniable truth. Kevin cannot put the truth behind him because the truth always wins and the actual truth prevails. The Republicans want to shut down the government because they are trying to cut funds to Ukraine. Were you here when I said it's Putin's Republican Party? Of course they want to shut down aid to Ukraine. Duh. It's not rocket science, right? I'm hoping that the American people are getting it. Getting the message. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. There are these little truths that Kevin cannot do anything about. Little actual truths that Kevin cannot do anything about. Yeah, and the Knight of Pentacles. I heard, maybe you guys know more than I do about this, but people have been wondering who was going to replace Kevin McCarthy. Did you hear this? I heard Jim Comer. Did anyone else hear that? I heard that James Comer would... Did you guys hear that? Right? Did you guys hear that? Thank you, Annie. Yay, super sticker. Those are so cute. No, I heard that. James Comer, I heard that I don't know if it's true, but I was listening to the news when I heard that. When people are like, who would be next? Hell to the no. I have on my swear calendar that somebody sent me a swear calendar. Don't ask me why. Maybe because I have a sailor's mouth, but anyway, that's an insult to sailors. So September said, "Are you effing kidding me?" But it spells out the word. That's how I feel about Jim Comer being next in line for a speaker. I just don't know if it's true. Is it true that he would be? Yeah, he won't get the votes, but just would he be next in line? Let's ask the pendulum. Let's ask the pendulum this. We'll just ask, would James Comer ever be Speaker of the House? No. No. Strong no. That wouldn't happen. Is Kevin McCarthy going... Oh, James Comer? You know, I heard somebody saying nobody wants the job. Thomas is talking about Lauren Boebert. We might have to go there for a sec. Salty language. Yeah, I have a salty language calendar. Every month there's a salty statement. I don't even know who sent it to me. Is Kevin McCarthy going to lose his seat? Yes, he's going to be ousted. I feel like October, November. Will it be before October? Oh gosh, it feels like it's going to be before October. Jeez, yikes. Well, I thought it was going to be June. So anyway, what's definitely clear is that he's going to lose his seat. Jeez, I really just don't know. You guys can hazard a guess who it might be. Yeah, Comer enjoys the attention from his horrible mind. And I was listening to Keith Olbermann. He has a YouTube channel this morning, and I didn't know how heinous James Comer's background was, but apparently he's an abuser. James Comer is an abuser, and he forced his girlfriend to get an abortion, I think. I've always seen Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. We just need to get through this stuff. We need to get Democrats back in the majority. Alright, I'm going to pull 3 cards because it really just does look like Kevin McCarthy is going. Because I see Kevin McCarthy going and being deeply, deeply depressed. Yeah, Keith Olbermann told Bill Maher off. I know. I cannot stand Bill Maher. I was right in line with him. Not a nice person. You think what? Most people are sick of the crazies. Yeah. If there were a fair election today, we would have a huge blue tsunami. I was talking about this at Grassroots of Democracy last night. Please join grassrootsofdemocracy.com. If we had fair elections today, and I mean fair, which is kind of something that we just dream about nowadays, we're going to change that. There would be pretty much all Democrats, right? Massive blue tsunami. Yes, okay. I'm pulling 3 cards about the House of Representatives in disarray. It's a house in disarray. And all these cards wanted to come out. So it's a little bit of a story. The 4 of Cups is saying that the Republicans blew it. Yeah, vote. Vote, vote, vote. The Death card is coming up. I'm reading on the House Republicans. What's going to happen? Well, I have the death card. Doesn't look good. If they want to stay there, they missed an opportunity to keep the House. It's over for the House Republicans. It's not good that we don't have a two-party system that's working. Hierophant we're going back to the Constitution. The Four of Pentacles, they're going to keep being on the defensive. The Eight of Wands, when it happens, when the Republicans having the majority in the House, when it falls apart, it's going to fall apart quickly. They are rats. We're going back to the Constitution. Whoa, that was a lot. That was, you know, that was pretty good. I kind of like that. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I'm going to just change it up because I said I would. I'm going to change the deck that I'm using. And since it's sitting right here, let's see. Sometimes I'm sitting on cards. I'm going to go to the Hanson Roberts. We're going to switch to the Hanson Roberts. Okay, so it's a little extra work when you have a new tarot deck because it's like, okay, what's that look like in the other deck? You know, but these are great cards. Before I fold these cards up, I'm going to pull 3 cards on Lauren Boebert. What does Putin want to tell Americans about today? Anything new? Just ask a Republican. You know, the fascist ones. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Lauren Boebert from this deck that I've been using. What's the fate of Lauren Boebert? What's the fate of Lauren Boebert? It's going to get extremely... The guides are showing me the hot seat. I see Lauren Boebert in the hot seat. I see her under a lot of pressure. Oh, wow. Okay. Lauren Boebert is going to be under intense pressure from Democrats in the House to go away already. She's a disgusting woman. She's a criminal. She's had many arrests. Yeah, reporters should ask her about her behavior at the theater. It was absolutely disgusting. Aw, Mimi's telling me Corey's dog died. I didn't know that. Bubba died? That's so sad. I hope he's okay. I hope Corey's okay. Lisa's asking how the hurricane situation is in Gloucester. It's actually extremely windy, which you can't tell from here because I'm kind of in a little corner here. Can they sanction her? It doesn't. It looks like the strength of the people. This is actually making, no, for her heinous behavior. For her heinous behavior. She's not fit to hold that seat by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, let's focus, lack of character. She's not representing her state the way she's supposed to. The strength of cases against her is going to get her. These cards are saying that somebody's fed up. And Nancy Pelosi pops into my mind for some reason as having something to do with calling Boebert out. Yeah, skank. Renier, sorry, I mispronounced your name. Renier, is that right? Boebert is a skank, and I never use that word flippantly. Well, I don't usually post a picture of somebody and write the word trash over their picture. When the shoe fits, I think Pelosi's going to have something to do. Yeah, Boebert in the gold dress. Yeah, Boebert is right. Not a prude, but come on. Exactly my sentiment. Exactly. Who does she think she is? She got that call girl thing down. I have to agree with you. And I heard that her boyfriend was taking advantage of her thingies hanging out. Can you imagine going to the theater, paying all that? It's not cheap to go to the theater. Can you imagine going to the theater and just like, when you go to the theater, you just want to be like, you just want to zone out. You want the theater to take you away. You want to forget that you're even sitting there. You want to be so taken by the show, right? Right? Can you imagine? I'd be asking for my money back. I mean, I guess the theater could sue her. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Vaping and making out. Which is fine if you're in private. Not interrupting the show. Will the theater be held accountable for this? No. Will the theater sue Lauren Boebert for this? Will the theater sue Lauren Boebert for this? I get a yes on that. Yeah, the pregnant woman asked her to stop, and there's a pregnant woman like, oh, just trying to relax and have a nice date night, and, well, maybe if it's her first child, you know, maybe her date night, really looking forward to being alone with her husband before they have a baby. I'm telling you what, I think it's time for my commercial. Hang on. They should sue her. I get that she will be sued. Thank you for doing my work for me and putting my contact information up. I've got plenty of time to do a reading for you. I'm not sure if we'll have electricity here tomorrow. We'll see how the storm goes. Depends. I did see them cutting down a lot of trees around wires today. So I have plenty of time to do a psychic reading for you. You do want a psychic reading. I'm sure you do. Also, seriously, Are You Psychic begins, is that next weekend? Next? Seriously, Are You Psychic? That course, it's a 6-week course. It starts on the 23rd. I didn't even plan this. It starts on the fall equinox. Yeah. When the sun goes into Libra. So definitely sign up for that course. It's a 6-week course. And you learn how to develop your psychic skills. Also, October 11th, Tarot in 2 hours at the castle. Live stream it. Buy a ticket to be part of the live stream. You will learn how to read tarot cards. And it's going to be like, I'll be out of breath because it's a lot of cards to go through in 2 hours, but I can do it. I've done it before. Please join Grassroots of Democracy. Join us to help save democracy. Our Saturday meetings are just a handful of people. We really need more people on board. I started Grassroots of Democracy because I felt like I needed a place to go, to talk about what's going on, and to get focused on the tasks that we need to do to save democracy, and we're getting a lot done. Church of Spirituality makes your life better. Please watch. It's every Sunday live streamed at 1 Eastern time. Hopefully I'll have electricity. Not really sure how it's going to go. I think some places will lose electricity if the winds. Warren just said the winds are going to be gusting at 70 miles an hour. Do book a reading. If you become a member, there are perks. Get your perks. Get your perks. The last Saturday of the month, if you're a member at the upper 2 levels, which is just like a subscription. It is a subscription. It helps to support this channel. Yeah, my little generator to plug in devices is ready. Anyway, if you become a member, you get to attend a psychic party at the end of the month, the last Saturday of the month. There's more, but I always forget. go to psychicannetteDion.com and go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com, and everything's there. Okay? Meanwhile, back to the reading. Let's read on Joe Biden again today. Choich. Yes, and I feel your vibes. Thank you all for sending positive energy to send this hurricane offshore. I have, Damon, what I'm referring to is I'll show it to you. Hang on, I'll show it to you because this might come in handy for you. This is a portable charger. Yeah, this is a portable charger. I did get it on Amazon some time ago. It's Anker. People asked me. Yeah, we're sending Lee out to sea. Writing a little song about it. And it's fully charged. So at least say it's fully charged. And I should do commercials. So when the power goes out, I can at least plug in my devices, and it has a really long life, long battery life. So you can plug in and not lose your phone. How much was it? I bought it a while ago. I don't remember, maybe $35, something like that. In this era of global climate change, we all need those kinds of things. One thing I didn't read on, somebody's mentioning the abortion bans. I didn't read on that on Wednesday. Remember at the end I was like, there was one other thing I wanted to read on. But I think at that point I just read on so many things that I wanted to save it. A Mophie charger, about $50. Yeah, it was around that. Damon said they had a bad monsoon. Where are you? And lost power for a long time. Put any questions up. Oh, Ann bought one after I talked about it before. Hurricane Lee, go back out to sea. Good vibes for everybody. You can put questions up if you want. I'm going to read on these abortion bans. Oh, I bet, Betty, you lose power a lot in Texas. Ugh. Greg Abbott is the worst. I'm just straightening the cards, so you can put your questions up if you want. This is just me being superstitious. I always put the cards right side up. There's no real reason. I feel like it's less complicated. If you take my tarot classes, I never say to read the cards upside down. I always say read them right side up. They're complicated enough. Will Gates be held accountable? I already did read on that, and I got that he would be held accountable. Yeah, for Gates, it's just a matter of time. Even though you might not think this or believe it anymore, what goes around comes around. These people have it coming to them. And if you think for 1 second... Oh, Liz likes her Anker charger and RAV power. Cool. If you think for a second that these people, like, oh, no worries, Kimberly. That if you think for a second that these people are getting away with anything, think about what their lives are like. With Matt Gaetz, he's got a lot of nefarious people behind him funding him. But when I look at Matt Gaetz, just speaking of what goes around comes around, he's not very comfortable in his skin. Yeah, he's asking for it. You know someone that knows Matt? Really? And that his friend was a Greenberg ratted him out. So, I mean, it's not like the evidence isn't there. Since we're talking about it, I might as well read on it. Will Matt Gaetz be held accountable? Will he be held accountable? Yes. That's a very strong yes. Yes. I guess apparently I missed Lily Girl's question. Don't ever take that personally. Screaming like a maniac doesn't fit. Was Matt screaming like a maniac? Yeah, demon sharp. Yes. Yes, Matt Gaetz has a demon sharp tooth baby smile. That's a really accurate way to describe it. He's so creepy. We're going to read on him just because we can't stop talking about him for some weird, sick reason. Nashville elected their first ever trans official. Wow, that's great! Nashville is very diverse and very progressive. I wouldn't have lived there for 11 years if it wasn't. They all will be held accountable. It's called karma. Yeah. Okay. So we're reading on Matt Gaetz, and I have the Justice card, and I got this card before about Matt Gaetz. It's not love. Don't look at the picture. This is about Matt Gaetz and the sex trafficking. Does he have something going on in his personal life too? Probably. He got married. I know. Just try not to think about it too long. Four of Rods. Yeah. I get that the families of the abusees of Matt Gaetz, I get he's going to be in trouble because they're going to press charges. I don't know how, what, when, but remember the Venmo payments? Yeah, Matt Gaetz is the face of evil. Yeah, he's a representative of the face of evil. I mean, as bad as Kevin McCarthy is, he has slightly more decency than Matt Gaetz. Because Matt Gaetz is just so... Yeah, he got married. Okay, we need to move on. We need to move on from him, or I won't be able to eat my dinner. I'm just kidding. The more you break the rules, the more heinous you are, the more they reward each other. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, Kristi Noem had an affair with Lebowski or whatever his name is. I cannot stand Kristi Noem. She's the one that was proud that she got her grandbaby a junior AR-15. Give some of my dinner to the poor seagulls. I don't hear any seagulls. Maybe they're just like, they just blew away in the wind. Yeah, the family values party, right. They all smell. Yeah, have you heard seagulls? Sometimes I don't notice them because I'm so used to them. It's kind of odd that they're so quiet. All right, what am I looking at next? I want to look at the abortion bans. This is a question I'm going to ask. Yeah, we don't hear the seagulls, do we? Not a good sign. Well, they might be hunkering down. Yeah. I'm going to ask this question. Will these pushing for abortion bans, which is, I better not say too much about it because I'll just start yelling. It's a torturous, misogynist, grossly misogynistic tactic. Yeah, the storm's keeping the birds quiet. So the degree of misogyny and evil of these men who want to prosecute women who become pregnant, and don't even get me started about the fact that they never even mention a sperm cell. Has anybody here, tell me if you have, with all this talk about abortion bans and all this talk since they overturned Roe v. Wade, has anybody here ever heard mention in that discussion of a sperm cell? I will wait until somebody tells me that in the abortion conversations that there's some kind of a mention of the way that a woman gets pregnant. Never is the man mentioned. Can you say misogyny? Who do they think they are? Oh, Darren's talking about watching the animals about the weather. I know before an eclipse it's very, very, very silent. Yeah, well, I'm not even saying, they won't hold men responsible. That's bad enough, right? But how about just a mention? It is making me so furious. I need to pull 3 cards on it. The question I'm asking is how this is going to do for the Republicans. This is a death card for the Republicans that are pushing for abortion bans. They end the Republican Party as we know it because of these stupid bans. And they don't realize that that's what's going to happen to them. Yeah, men are 100% the cause of pregnancy. Thank you very much, CM. Yes, absolutely. Not even a mention of a sperm. This will kill the party. This will kill the party. There are more women than men in America. So the only thing that's needed, the thing that's most needed, is to get rid of these voting restrictions. Get rid totally of voter suppression. If we have a fair election, and we will, if we have a free and fair election, and we will, there will be a blue tsunami like this country has never seen. Cannot even wrap my mind around how horrible it is what these men are getting away with. I froze. Am I still frozen? Must be my massive, passionate energy. The new maps will help. We got to stay on it. We got to stay on it. We have to stop this voter suppression. I was gonna read on Biden and then I didn't. I'm gonna read on Biden now. Actually, what I'm gonna read on is women are angry and we don't let it go. Thank you for giving me the feedback about my Wi-Fi. So far, so good. Do the thing that Electra Storm was saying. Hit the wheel and then 720, I think she said. Was that right? I didn't really understand it, but apparently it works. Yeah, countries that are legislated mostly by women have a healthier society. That's from a man. A man saying that. Thank you, Damon. We love you. That's why we love you. Where's my bell? Yes. Even the Pope agrees with that. Get rid of Viagra. Let's start that. Let's replace Romney with a Democrat. Women need to be more angry. I'm angry. I'm restraining myself. It's not easy for me. We're reading on Joe Biden. I'm reading on Joe Biden, what he's doing. So sick of toxic masculinity. Yes, Damon. I'm glad you're saying that. I know you are. I'm just glad you're saying it. I'm going to read on Joe Biden, specifically Bidenomics. The effects of Bidenomics is going to have. What are we going to see with Bidenomics? We're going to see this country shine again with Bidenomics. The Republicans are going to hate it. You say castration. We love you, Damon. We love a man that's for women. Bidenomics is going to make this country shine. The judge did okay, hang on, different topic. The judge ordered a gag order already. I just didn't know if it was in effect. I got that it wasn't. It's in effect as we speak. That's what I got. Wait. Darren's making a point. The military spends millions on Viagra every single year. Wow. It was brought out at a hearing when they were taking away military women's rights to abortions. Something's really wrong. Real men stand up for all women's rights. Absolutely. And when I read on abortion bans last year, I saw that the men were going to get with the women and help to fight back. Yes, Bidenomics is going to make America shine. Somebody just said because Biden shines. Credit where credit's due. Kimberly. Knight of Rods. They're going to get better at communicating. I see them hiring. I see the Democrats hiring really amazing companies to do their PR. The wind is messing with Comcast. I frequently have Wi-Fi problems. Not as many as I used to, since I got a Wi-Fi plug-in. The Queen of Cups. I think that the women are like, I feel like all the women are for Biden. I mean, like normal women. Sounds like a job for Lorna Bobbitt. All right, I can't go down that rabbit hole. Damon says he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. Yeah, we don't understand misogyny either, except when I was with Sadhguru, he talked a lot about men being threatened by women and how unhealthy that is. The military spends $46 million a year on Viagra, but don't mention the sperm when it comes to pregnancy. Just leave that out of the conversation, everyone. Biden has a new mug that turns to dark Brandon when you pour hot water in it. I'm getting one. I'm so getting one. Where can I get one of those? Thank you, Marby. Oh my goodness. So these abortion bans, just going back to that, will end the Republican Party. Oh, I'm gonna go. Okay, so everyone go to the Joe Biden website and buy the coffee mug that apparently has Joe Biden on it, and then when you add hot water, he turns into dark Brandon. I love how he flipped that horrible "Let's go Brandon" around. I love how he did that. Let's all order one. Maybe we can get a discount if we order like 100 of them. Maybe we'll sell them at Grassroots of Democracy. I don't know. I have tea to drink, and oh my gosh, it's 82 minutes. Isn't that great? I love that idea. Speaking of beverages, I was so into my fake beer, I forgot about the tea leaves. What do we absolutely have to read on tonight? I think I need one of those Joe Biden coffee cups. Learn from everyone you find challenging. Yeah, so learn from these horrible Republicans. What these horrible Republicans, Putin's puppets, are showing us is, and this is really important in manifesting what you want, what these Putin puppet Republicans are showing us is what we definitely don't want. That's an important part of the manifesting process. Well, Kimberly, to read on justices is too broad for right now because we're winding down. Lately, my PNNs, the lives are going by so fast. If you told me it had just been 20 minutes, I'd believe you. I must be in the zone. Oh, wow. Look at this. I was going to read more cards, but oh, thank you, John. Thank you. You're so awesome. You're all awesome, but thank you for the big donation. Really, really. It warms the cockles of my heart. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. Look, I have a leaf. Look, a leaf blooming. That's actually from my flower. There's an archer in the cup. Look, look. Do you see it? Very clear. There's an archer in the cup, and it's pointing to Venus, which means power to the women. Thank you, all my fans, all my viewers. My viewers are thanking you, John. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who's donated. It's been a nice energy night. There's not going to be a government shutdown. So see, that was a quick read. Look at that beautiful archer. Okay, so that's sending. It's like we have forces on the other side sending us energy because it's pointing right to Venus, and we don't have I don't think Kathy's here tonight, our resident astrologer, but Venus is in, I gotta get this right. Venus is in Virgo. I'm not passing the astrology test, I can't remember. Wow, so that's really clear. And that's about the clearest image I've ever seen in the tea leaves. Because it's like a man, you know, like he has a cloak on and he's shooting an arrow, which is also indicative of Sagittarius. All right, let me put my, if you have a question that's a simple question, because people are putting questions, what about Alito, and what about Thomas, and what about, I have 5 minutes left. Can you ask a simple question? So anyway, while I'm at it, there's an airplane too. The more you can get thank you, Lois. The more you can get yourself to a place where you transcend the BS, where you don't let yourself get sucked into it, the better we all are. Keep visualizing what you want. Looks like Mulan shooting Genghis Khan. It's crazy. Beautiful spiritual energy going into the heart. This is a time for us to all open up our hearts when we're tempted to be like, oh, you're big, you know what, just, Venus is in Leo currently. Okay, cool, well that's great. That's really good. Power to the women, honestly. So anyway, let me go back, and there's an angel at the bottom of the cup too. See the angel? Wait. Depends on how you look at it. It looks also like an eagle that's feeding. The United States of America is getting stronger. We are being spiritually nourished. Don't think we're not. When the dark side gets angry, it lashes out, and we will see a lot of lashing out. So just be cool, my babies. Okie dokie. Venus is in Leo. Okay, cool. The men are scared. And it's all fear. This is all fear-based. They're afraid they'll lose power. That's why none of these Republicans will stand up and grow some. Honestly. Because they're scared. And fear will get you nada. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like off the charts, how afraid do you think Donald J. Trump is? Have you seen him lately? Have you seen what his face looks like lately? Have you? Hang on a second. Everyone recharge your phones, computers to 100%. Yes, definitely do. Thank you. It's easy to forget. Serious power shift. Honestly, have you seen Trump? He looks very sick. Must we? No, you don't have to. It's not required. Putin looks worse. I think I have a picture. You try not to look at Trump and but I'm just saying, just as far as a reading energy. Wait, I'll show you this. Visualize this, okay? Visualize this. Go ahead. You can take a screenshot. That's what this is. Visualize this. He's a very, very mentally, psychologically deranged, dangerous person. Nova Scotia, send prayers to Nova Scotia. They're really gonna, I'm afraid Nova Scotia's gonna get hit hard. We'll have to read on the hurricane before I say goodnight. And I'll pull three community cards too. Yeah. All right, I'm not leaving yet. Just a couple more. I've been reading on the hurricane this week, so I'm gonna, because it keeps changing. Yeah, definitely Nova Scotia, you might need to evacuate. Especially if you're on the shore. I kind of feel like most of it's going that way. Okay, so I'm pulling cards for about the hurricane. There will be loss. I don't see loss of life, which that's good. It's going to be a very quick hurricane. It's actually going to be, well, it's a tropical storm now. It's not hurricane. Yeah, Midas had a bunch of Trump clips the other night and I couldn't, I just turned it off and then came back when they stopped showing the clips. Okay, so it's going to be a fast moving storm. There will be damage and loss. I don't see loss of life, which is good. It looks like people are taking it seriously. We will come out renewed. I heard that Sunday is going to be a gorgeous day. Like yesterday was a gorgeous day. If you look at my video from yesterday under the videos, it was absolutely stellar, beautiful. It's much cooler today, but it was really nice. So it's going to be a quick one, and it's not an actual hurricane. So we're happy for that. But global climate change kind of takes the coastal areas off the map, so we got to do something about that. 3 cards for the collective, just to leave you with 3 cards until we come back with a PNN on Monday. But definitely put it on your schedule to watch Church of Spirituality at 1 Eastern Time on Sunday, provided we have electricity. Okay. Community cards. Know that we're at the end. I'll let you know that we're safe. Yeah, I'll let you know. I will. I don't feel anything dire, so we'll be okay. The death card doesn't mean death. These are cards for the collective. The guides want to remind us that we are at the end of a very dark period. We're at the end of a lot of darkness. It doesn't mean it won't still be around. Obviously it will be. But the darkness is angry and frustrated. The evil is angry and frustrated to see the light winning. But they are going down. The Republican Party, as it is now, is Putin's Republican Party. And it's being revealed. They're being outed. And it's over for them. This is the end. And I see the Biden administration shining despite all the problems. And I see us having a clearer vision of an America that is a democracy that works. Don't buy into the BS. The mainstream media they're lying a lot. There's no way they should be interviewing Trump. But then, by the same token, we get to see how horrible he is if we watch. The people that don't pay enough attention, if they see that, they'll be like, what? I don't know how anyone could not be paying attention. Anyway, that's what I have for you, and that's the way it is. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out. Please subscribe, and please share, and all that good stuff. Become a member, donate. I really appreciate you guys. You make it fun for me. You make it fun to watch the news, because we can laugh together. Don't lose your sense of humor. It's very important. I know that you don't. Namaste. Be safe. Be safe, Cheryl in Maine. Bye.